everyone and welcome to the Bougie Fujoshi channel. For those who know me, hello again, and for those who don't, I hope you stick around because today I finally carved out some time to sit down and chat with the class about my haul for spring 2022. As you may have guessed from the title, I'm trying out some new things for my hauls moving forward by having a bit more in the mix than usual, but let's just go ahead and get into it, class. Starting out with some of the series that I'm slowly collecting, we have What Did You Eat Yesterday by Fumi Yoshinaga Sensei, A Sign of Affection by Shu Morishita Sensei, and Tatsuya Endo Sensei's Spy Family. I've talked about Spy Family before, which I might add is having a mind-blowingly spectacular anime adaptation this season, but it's been a minute since I've talked about What Did You Eat Yesterday and also A Sign of Affection here on this channel. If you've been here a while, you might remember the Christmas video that I had where I challenged my sister to gift me random manga that she'd think I like, and What Did You Eat Yesterday was one of them. I'd already started the series digitally, but having one physical on my shelf was enough for me to fold at a sale for the volumes. Since then, I've learned that there's also been a live action adaptation for the series, which I would love to see one day, and seeing some of the parts from these particular volumes brought to life in the trailer is so neat, and the actors really do embody the characters so well. Recently, I've been watching a lot more Japanese dramas like My Love Mix-Up and also Sweat and Soap, thanks to the official English subs on Viki, so I don't think that holding out hope for this one is too far-fetched. A Sign of Affection was another series that I started digitally, but when Kodansha announced that they would be having prints, I was so excited. There was a time when I'd stay up to date with the recent chapters as they were coming out, but I eventually ended up switching to the volumes instead. So at the time, Kodansha and Vertical were having a sale on Right Stuff Anime, and I thought this would be the perfect time to not only get the physicals, being that they were finally in stock, but to also refresh because it had been a hot minute for sure. For this season's one-shots, we have Natsuki Kizu Sensei's Links that came out in English print from Sublime Manga, and then Kuma Pub has once again been on the prowl with some interesting releases. I mentioned this before, but I really do like the dust jackets that come with the manga that gets published from Kuma. Boys of the Dead was actually a last-minute find for me, but I'd actually read Tomo Kurohashi Sensei's Sick and some of their other works on ebook Renta. So when I saw the cover on the pre-order link, I was like, wait a minute, I know you! Now, I'm not big on horror, but I do like to try out a bunch of genres, tropes, and themes when reading in attempts to step out of my comfort zone and give some new things a try. And y'all know I don't read the backs of books, much less the descriptions on the website, so honestly, I didn't know what to expect outside of zombies for Boys of the Dead. The entire time I was reading, I felt like my jaw was just slacked half the time because I didn't expect a single one of these short stories to go the way they did. But you know, you live and you learn, class. Sales are my absolute kryptonite, whether it be pre-order discounts or a weekend special, your girl is going down Suiken with additional coupons. And that's exactly how I racked up volumes of ongoing series that I'm keeping on top of with their release dates. I usually pre-order far out when there are sales because I know that's probably the cheapest that I'll ever find them. And once they finally come, I'm always surprised when the money pulls a disappearing act from my wallet. Between life being a mess and a growing TBR, I had to pump the brakes and go, okay, we're just going to let the pre-orders roll in for a bit before I get anything else. But outside of that, I really like to keep my pre-orders to the series that I enjoy and always have an itch for their latest release. So for anyone that's seen how much I've gushed over certain titles, the ones that are here probably aren't that surprising. To spotlight a series debut for this season, we have Volume 1 of Crazy Food Truck by Rokudo Ogaki Sensei. When the license announcement for this was made for the English release, people were losing their minds over this series. And I'm no stranger to post-apocalyptic settings, but a food truck was an interesting twist for the plot. However, I will say, based off of what I've read so far with this first volume, I know that I would probably enjoy this story more as an anime adaptation. There are definitely a lot of great action shots in this first volume, and I could see it doing well on the screen if they played their cards right. On the flip side of series debuts, we have a finale for Our Teachers Are Dating by Pikachi Ohi Sensei. This has been such a soft series through and through. It was such a ride seeing their relationship develop from start to finish, but not in the bad way. More like Alice in Wonderland teacups energy and less angsty Tower of Terror, which makes for a great change of pace. And speaking of which, I also wanted to talk about the other things that have been draining my wallet, and that is anime. A few months ago, I decided to watch all of the original Sailor Moon dubbed, and when I got to Sailor Stars, Hulu didn't have the dubbed version. So when I hopped online and saw that the premium Blu-ray box was on sale for a fraction of the price, I took it as a sign from the Sailor Senshi that the stars had aligned in my favor. Seeing that I'm showing this to you right now, of course I folded like a cage-free omelet with same-day delivery, and the opening has had me in a chokehold ever since. Now I won't even lie, this fan book for Welcome to the Ballroom was such a random impulse buy for me. I absolutely adore both the anime and the manga for this series, so I will take my crumbs when and wherever I can get them. As for Belle, my best friend and I went to go see it in theaters, and when I tell you, it was quite literally everything. As soon as they put the OST on Apple Music before the movie even came out to theaters here, I already had that plugged up and ready to go. So actually watching it and piecing things together, I was an emotional mess. Not long after we saw the movie in the theaters, they announced the Blu-ray release, and I have never hit pre-order now so fast, like without question. So I'm really glad that it's here. Back aboard the Impulse International buying train, I decided to get the audio dramas for the I Hear the Sunspot Limit series. If you've been here a while, you know how much I love I Hear the Sunspot. Like, I could go on and on and on, but I won't do that here. It kind of seems like once drama CDs are gone, they're just gone. So I don't have the first two one-shot drama CDs, but I'm more than happy with these. And my journey into the never-ending black pit of audio dramas didn't stop there, because I came across the Painter Behind the Curtain audio tune. Y'all listen. This was really where I had to draw the line in my spending for the spring, but every time I watch an episode, it makes this purchase all the more worth it. Outside of the merch that this set includes, the drive that it comes with has all of the manhwa episodes, bonus stories, and some outtakes from the cast. Even though it will be a long time before I ever make a purchase like this ever again, I definitely feel like for what was included, it was well worth the price. I've seen it starting to trickle in a little bit with applications like Dal Voice, but I hope that there is a push to increase the accessibility of these audio dramas officially, because these actors are putting in work. So now that we've gotten through everything, let's go ahead and put these away so my shelves can stop looking like a hot mess. I usually wait to make videos until I finish my month's TBR, but there's always so much to share in so little time. The cookie hasn't been crumbling the way I'm wanting lately, so I thought I might as well just go ahead and share my current TBR where it stands with the class going into this summer season. So far what I have left is Let's Go Karaoke, Solo Leveling 4, the Girls Patch Anthology for My Next Life as a Villainess, and the second volume of MDZS. And speaking of Danmei and novels in general, I forgot to mention earlier that I did get a chance to read the second volume of Scum Villain, which was absurdly fantastic, but I also wanted to shed some light on one of my most recent brain-rotting hyperfixations, and that is the light novel for Sabikui Bisco. Yes, I have caved and ventured into light novel land, and y'all know I don't read. So not only have I devoured the first volume this season, but I am neck deep in the second, which I am currently reading digitally. I don't typically talk about my digital reads either, which I probably should, but I'm trying new things, so why not? Ever since the first season ended, which covers the entirety of the first volume, I have been down so disastrously bad for this series, and literally whatever crumbs of content I can find, I will take it. And with no season 2 announcement just yet, I have latched on to none other than the source itself. So that's everything that I got for the remainder of the spring season as the year zooms into summertime. As I'm sure many in the class can relate to, inching towards this halfway point of the year, my life and work especially has just been a mashup of organized chaos and burnout. May is known as Mental Health Awareness Month, which I for one am trying to actively get better at prioritizing and understanding the importance of taking moments to step back and breathe. Being that my present schedule is ever changing, it'll probably be a bit before I get to do another haul, but I hope that you all are doing well and staying safe out there. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you heard today, make sure you hit that like, subscribe before you leave, but that's all I have for today, so